Altered States, we're in Willerton, so south of Perth, and this is a place to help you reduce stress and for all your recovery needs in natural ways, I might add. So we got hot, cold, sauna, ice baths, we got float therapy, and we have neurofeedback, brain training software, we have infrared saunas, and we also have oxygen therapy, the hyperbaric oxygen chamber as well, and just a few different modalities to help you, rest, recover, and relax, and come into your next training session feeling absolutely recovered so you can get the most out of it.
Beautiful. How about you're a good salesman, brother? Let's go on a bit of a walk, eh?
Yeah,
let's go for that walk.
I'll show you around.
No worries, bud.
So, we're in your favourite room at the moment. This is the float deprivation tank, is it?
Sensory, reduction, the float tank, float therapy. One of my favourites because it's just giving you an environment where you really don't have any sensory input coming in to your brain. So no light, no sound, no touch. Water set to skin temperature, it's pitch black. The salt makes you float. And after a while, your brain's kind of like, hang on, I'm not really receiving anything. Nothing's working in the body.
Yeah.
So you get into like a deep state of relaxation, like the most relaxed you've ever experienced. And for me, and being a fighter, I use that to help me with recovery because when the body's not working so hard, it has the energy to start fixing things naturally in the body. And of course, a visualization tool for me. So I started floating when I first started fighting, because I felt recovered after, but it was also making me visualize in a good way for fighting. So I'd always imagine myself winning or imagine myself doing certain techniques. So I really use this as a tool to help me develop as a fighter, but also get recovered at the same time, because recovery is the most important thing for me. And nice and large, have a little stretch after. But just the idea of, we're bombarded by sensory input every day, light, sound, touch, and this is just giving us an environment where there's no sensory input. So your body slows right down. We only breathe a few seconds per minute. New one, this is a lot more quiet. Doesn't use a chiller, it's refrigeration. Basically,
well, how cold is this little puppy?
This can get to as low as 0 degrees.
Yeah? What's it now?
It's about 4 degrees now.
Oh, fucking yes, baby.
I think so. 4 degrees is good. Super cold though. Anything under 10 degrees is what you want for cold benefits.
Yeah.
And then of course alternating the contrast from hot to cold.
Yep.
So you get, nice and relaxed in the sauna, get the blood circulating, inflammation's down. And then you jump in the ice, where you're also training, I guess, your mental resilience, but also just the fact that the contrast from hot to cold is like a full flush of the body.
And it's produces that new epinephrine?
Epinephrine, the ice bath's got a lot of things happening to the mind. So the reason I love the ice bath is just because of how you feel after, right?
Yeah.
It's like that rush of dopamine. So
yeah, fuck yeah.
That confidence feeling, you feel you want to get the day, like it just gives you that good get past that flight or fight response at the start. And that just grows that thing in your brain where things, if you don't want to do something and you do it, it's going to build your resilience, right? It's going to make you. And then, of course, just being your stress levels. So, because you're used to being your body's coping with stress in this environment, you start to get a bit more better at coping with sort of stress. So your baseline level of stress changes. Yeah. So with fighting, it's good because we have a hard sport. So it's just cool. Same thing, you're building resilience at the same time, but you're also recovering, which is the main reason why.
It's starting to get more popular.
Yeah, I think it's simple therapy, man. That is great for when you want to recover, right? It's that because not only you're recovering, you're feeling good about recovering after. So that's why it's starting to become a bit more popular. And it's just as simple as going from hot to cold, not overcomplicating things. And we don't have clients or anyone who does it doesn't come out thinking, oh yeah, it was all right. They come out feeling holy shit.
That's how I feel after I get out of the fucking ice bath. Woohoo! Let's go.
So you're just getting used to higher temps and lower temps. So I know for me, like, doing ice baths through the winter, you can deal with the cold weather a bit better. Same with the heat. Obviously, in training, you overheat. So you're learning to deal with heat a bit better. That's gone really deep into it past recovery. Just other benefits that it does. But the main thing is just feeling good. Because when you recover from training, it means you can actually train hard the next time. Every training session counts, and these help us be recovered for every training session. So this is the oxygen chamber, oxygen therapy. pressurized
It's like a fucking coffin, bro.
So you hop in and this just pressurizes you. So it feels like you're underwater, like 10, 20, 30 meters.
Yeah.
So it pushes your oxygen in deeper into your blood cells and your blood plasma.
Yeah.
So with more oxygen in those cells, it means it helps with your recovery.
No, and you swear, like Michael Jackson used this to keep young. All right?
It's an anti-aging tool, 100%.
Anti-aging tool?
We all die of hypoxia, right? Which is the lack of oxygen. As we get older,
really?
cells break down, so oxygen doesn't transport to part of the bodies, and eventually we die of old age if we don't die of any other disease before.
Yeah.
So pushing the oxygen around will help us
Oh my
not only
God,
stay
this is
younger,
fun.
but just more for recovery, right?
Yeah.
Neurooptimal, this is the brain.
Yeah, what is this room here?
Brain training, man. This is what...
Oh, you're joking me. I like this fucking little room. So what do you mean by brain training?
So, neurofeedback, basically sensors are hooked up to your scalp to pick up your electrical activity of what's happening in your brain. And then that goes through the system, and then the feedback comes through the music.
So is it like a binaural beat?
No, just think of it as like, the best way I can describe it is like it's a mirror for your brain. So, you know when we walk past the mirror and we see our hair's bad, we'll change it, right? Or we see something wrong with us, we'll change it. That's basically what this system is doing. So say if you've had, say for me, concussion symptoms or something, it can mirror what's happening in the brain, so the brain can decide what to do with that information.
Yeah.
So just think of your brain as like a map, road book, whatever, and then there's all these roads in there, and then you might have some roads that have got lots of weeds in it or cracks on the road, so this system can help you see that, so it'll either make you to take another route to get from A to B, or whatever that might be, or it might clear up the road, might make that road better, or might block it off until to use another road. That's kind of like...
So neuropaths then,
Yeah, neural pathways, kind of what it does. And for me as an athlete, obviously after every hard sparring session or whatever, any bad fight I've had, the knockout fight, super legs, head kick.
Hurry up over somebody that is
I'll jump on in this thing and do
and
quite a few
just
sessions.
realigns everything then, basically,
Yeah, I mean, it's not a cure for anything, and like, you know, it's a brutal sport we're in, but it's not gonna, you know, the more hits to the head you get, you're gonna have some issues when you're older. But this helps with symptoms. So, like, say if you get headaches or whatever, I'll jump in on this. But definitely not a cure, or it's not gonna cure CTE, unfortunately, but it helps with.
It's a beautiful little room. So everything's in the dark, yeah.
Yeah.
The
tea garden.
And then we've come out to the back here.
The tea
and
garden.
then we've got like where we're interviewing, and you've got little chill out area. You've got
little infrared sauna out the back.
Oh, you've got an infrared sauna. What's the difference between infrared saunas and the saunas you've got inside?
So infrared sauna uses infrared panels to heat your body up. So
Is it a quicker way of heating up, is it?
Far infrared rays will heat your body up at a different way of what traditional saunas do, which is heating up the air.
Yeah, okay.
So pros and cons to both. I like using both because this is good for, I like this as more of a detoxification process. So I'll stay in longer. So when I start sweating, I can stay in here for 40 minutes. Hot sauna, you won't stay in higher temperature kind of thing. But then that produces more heat shock protein. So there's pros and cons to both. Like some people say only like the traditional sauna, some people say only like infrared, but they both have different benefits.
So you use both then?
I use both, man, because sometimes I just feel like I just want to sweat out a lot of shit, and I'll just chill in here at a lower heat for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, the traditional sauna I kind of use for the contrast, for the hot-cold, so very high temperature heat, and then going from very cold temperatures and doing that.
Beautiful.
This is, for me, more relaxation style, whereas the other one's a bit more of like
intense,
stronger recovery. Intense. As you know, you've done it.
You got mini teas bar. We're going to play on words here with tea. Mini teas bar. And then nice, you got the coconut milk, coconut water in here as well.
Bit of hydration.
Mate, you got a beautiful spot
and
here.
Then soon, we've got some mats here. So just to keep up with the training if I'm working, I'm going to start getting rid of this stuff. I do want to put like a bag here and got some kettlebells. So start using this little space if you want to tie in your fitness with your wellness.
Yeah.
That's what this space wants to be developed into eventually.
Fucking beautiful little area.
Thank you, man. John C. Lilly invented the float tank. I love this quote. I sort of live by it too. In the province of the mind, there are no limits. So whatever,
True.
you know, perceptions, everything. Speaking very philosophical now, but just whatever we believe is what we believe. So that I like. Don't put roofs on anything.
Yeah.
If I want to do Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to put any limits on anything. So yeah, I love the whole quote John C. Lilly makes. Invented the float tank, which is a bit of a crazy psychonaut kind of dude. Experimented a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Bit of inspiration of mine.
Really appreciate your time, Daniel.
Thanks for having me,
Mate,
Woody.
thanks for letting me come to Altered State. Mate, good luck in the future and whatever you do. And let's go. I mean, fucking WA Muay Thai Media. That's the way we
Thank
do
you for WA Muay Thai Media, absolute legends. What you do for the sport?
Oh, thank you,
Sawadee
mate.
Cup.
Sawadee Cup. Cheers, brother.
Yeah.